Hi and welcome. This is Emily Page, and I'm here with Dan Abel from Bissingers. He is actually the Chief Chocolate Officer and has been manufacturing chocolates for just years. Not to age him, but to say that there's a ton of expertise and passion. And we've been working together for quite a while, pro-resourcing, designing packaging to help support the chocolates and show off the incredible work that he does. But we just recently finished a new project, and we wanted to share how beautiful it is. It's the Bissingers Crest box. And so we wanted to sit here and talk a little bit about the inspiration for this product. Thank you, Dan, for spending time with us and talking about your inspiration.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So let's talk about where, first of all, your passion for chocolate comes from and how that connects to your story.
You know, I grew up working for our family business, and we were primarily a retail chocolate manufacturer first. So we would make our products that we sold in our back candy kitchen and sell them in our own retail stores. And so that allowed me to connect with our customers for years. So, you know, not only was I in the back making the product and learn how to make caramels and learn how to make peanut butter and learn how to make marshmallow, but I also saw the expression faces and heard people's stories. And it wasn't, you know, cherry cordials weren't cherry cordials anymore. It was Mrs. Smith's anniversary gift that she bought for her husband for the last 20 years in a row. And con clusters were, you know, Mr. Walter's favorite, you know, thing that he would bring home to his wife. And, you know, I had a customer that would bring home a box of coffee every time he went for a walk. He, you know, lived in the neighborhood, and countless stories in chocolate. Because of that, it's got so much more passion behind it, and it's a gift that, you know, every occasion to give chocolate is a positive one. It's an anniversary, it's Valentine's Day, it's Christmas, it's a birthday gift, and because of that, I think that's what made the product so emotional and powerful. You know, for us, we say a chocolate company, changing the world with chocolate. At Bissingers, we say celebrating life with the power of chocolate. So both statements are just so impactful because of really how amazing chocolate is and how it affects people.
Yeah, I can say that's true that chocolate affects people. In my own life, I'm obsessed with chocolate. You know, I need my chocolate fix. And so I think that it's a little moment that I look forward to in the middle of my day. I was going to say real quick, if you could move your camera a little bit closer, because otherwise when it moves, it's got this noise that it starts picking up. And I don't want anyone to miss what you're saying.
Okay, how's this?
Yeah, that's good. And so with Bissingers has been around for such a long time, and Chocolate, which is your contract manufacturing and your brand company. So you've been doing chocolate for years. You've been so passionate about it. What inspired you to say Bissingers is the right partnership for you? Why did you decide to take on this family heritage?
So, you know, it's interesting. We've been, you know, competing with Bissingers, but you don't really compete in the chocolate industry because it's a friendly business. So we've, you know, Bissingers has been another candy company in St. Louis my entire life. I was born and raised here, so I've always been working with my family business and making and selling and tasting the products that we manufactured. But we've known Bissingers forever. They're in, you know, their retail stores, they're in the malls that I shop. Their products are in the grocery stores that I shop. I would see their team at the airport going to the Fancy Food Show when we're going to the airport for the Fancy Food Show. We got to know them, and you know, their commitment to premium was very important to us. Their commitment to sustainability with Rainforest Alliance. We use fair trade. They use Rainforest Alliance. Both just incredible certifications we can add to chocolate. Their commitment to handcrafting, you know, where everyone's going to automation and mass production, which, you know, on the packaging side, if we can package something quicker, that's outstanding. Everybody would love to do that. But, you know, we still, you know, hand decorate all of our chocolates. And the Bissingers team did the same thing. So, you know, culture-wise and mission statement-wise, we both had the same strong beliefs in, you know, how to make chocolate premium as can be. And they're also, because it's in our backyard and we know, you know, have gotten to know the brand and the company so well, I thought it'd be a family. And when they became for sale, we had a family meeting, which all 5 family members are members of the board. So that's our board of directors. And we decided to pursue it and see where it went. And, you know, that was in January. And to make a long story short, it's been about 100 days since we've taken over the company, and it's been outstanding.
Well, I'm very I'm excited about it too, because you and I have known each other for such a long time. We've worked on a
Yeah.
lot of different projects, and you gave me a phone call and you said, like, Emily, I want to work on a signature capstone project. Will you work with me on it? And I was like, yes, please sign me up. And so this box is absolutely, and for people who don't know, this actually has the crest, the traditional Bissingers crest, that shows the family history in it. And you had a specific vision for the shape. So did you want to kind of
Yes.
share why you picked the crest? Why did you make this box this way?
So absolutely. I was inspired to do this before we bought the company. Actually, we talked about this before we owned the company. I wanted to get started, and we are such a family business, and we're in the second generation here, but the Bissingers family was the same. So there was Carl Frederick Bissinger was the last known family member in Paris, France. And so he left in 1845 to come to the United States, and he opened up his first shop in Cincinnati. And then his son, also who was named Carl Bissinger, started working for him and learning the trade, and then moved to St. Louis, which was about 100 years ago, which is where Bissingers has been the home for the last 100 years, but it's also, where we're located. So Bissingers and family, the two connections were so important. Just like my family business, the family business for Bissingers has gone on for over 350 years, which is why they survived. And, I think they're the oldest chocolate company in the world. And that's because the families kept the business going. So there was this family crest created years ago, and well before my time owning Bissingers. And they had it on all of the packaging, kind of in the background as a watermark. But I just thought it was the most important brand asset when I was in the Bissingers facility, and I would see that crest, and I said, we need to create a box, our gold signature collection, to really honor the Bissingers family. And what better way to honor the Bissingers family than to create the Bissingers family crest on a package? And so, it's the front of it. It doesn't say Bissingers. It will, obviously, when you open it up, it'll say Bissingers on it, but it's that B in the middle. It's that crest. And it's really the signature piece that I want people to know the family crest about. I want people to learn about Bissingers, learn the history of Bissingers, and we're going to tell that story with that box.
And what inspired, so this is a lot of people who watch Start to Sold, which is our YouTube channel, are interested in product development. They're interested in, either because they're interested in buying new products that are coming out, or they want to work with contract manufacturers to make their own products. So as an expert in product development, you've literally launched so many products. People can browse your websites, and you've talked to me times about taste testing and all the different iterations that you do. What inspires your product development process, and what did you end up putting inside the box? How did you decide what was right?
Great question. So, for not only for our two companies, but for other brands that we do contract manufacturing for, there's a lot of different channels that we work with and a lot of different visions. And so, one of the big things that I try to do is think of a core concept. So I'll give you an example for Bissingers. The core concept on the chocolate bar line, we're kind of molded into a level of so chocolate is the primal ingredient. So it's our special European blend of the chocolate, and so a lot of the products, it's chocolate and then something else. For example, our 75% chocolate bar with coffee toffee on top. So it's the Bissinger signature almond butter toffee with ground up, coffee. Those two are topping. We have a tart cherry and cocoa nib bar. So it's the Bissinger's chocolate with the topping of two really unique flavor profiles. Then they have some amazing caramel filled bars, which are made in the Bissinger's kitchen, the caramel itself. And so the reason the pairings of those two together, it's a very sophisticated flavor profile, and that really kind of ties into the heritage of Bissinger's. At the side of the chocolate bars for Chocolate Company, we really like to focus on fun flavors. And I would say, the core one that really stands out is our waffle cone caramel bar. So it's our signature caramel bar. It's our signature sea salt caramel. It's our signature milk chocolate. And then, we actually had a baker create a special natural waffle cone for us that we grind up and put on as a topping. we do peanut butter and banana. We do a bar that's happy birthday, and it's a truffle center. It tastes like, cake icing, which everybody loves. We do a cannoli bar. So just fun flavors that, you go to your bakery, you get a slice of cake. That's fun. That's exciting. And so we try to stay in our own lane, and that's what really helps the collections work together. And every time we kind of deviate, it doesn't work. So when we really stay to our core for both brands is when it helps and really allows us to have our identity in the market.
And I think for anybody who is, for example, interested in with chocolate, do you do contract manufacturing for other retailers? And are you guys open for that type of work? And maybe tell about your ideal customer.
So we do contract manufacturing, private label. We make millions of pieces in the contract and private label side of things. With Bissingers coming on board, we want to be really cautious because we want to make sure that we're giving, but we moved quite a bit of Bissingers equipment into our facility. We added a second facility. We've expanded on our facility. We brought a bunch of Bissingers team members over. We've hired a lot of people, but just with everything in check, I want to make sure that we're giving Chocolate Company and Bissingers adequate line time on our lines. And then we want to make sure that our core private label customers and contract customers are also accommodated for. And then we're kind of putting a little bit of a pause right now. And we're going to do a little bit of a reassessment in 2020 and say, okay, now that we've had Bissingers for the last 6 months of the year, which in the chocolate industry is the heaviest 6 months, we can kind of do a capstone view of the calendar and say, what additional capacity do we have? Now, one thing that happened that we planned last August, because some of these big lines take a year, we ordered another massive line, and it takes up about 25% of our factory floor. And we installed that this August, which was right when we were installing and integrating Bissingers. So it was something that took a year to build out of Switzerland, and we installed it. So that's a new line, but it's getting a lot of use right now. So that line we thought was going to have quite a bit of capacity, and that's getting pretty booked up. So, contract manufacturing is an incredible category to our business. It's allowed us to really advance our food safety program. It's allowed us to really advance, to some of the best European, Swiss, and Italian pieces of equipment, you can be found anywhere, which we can use to make our product as well. But we also want to make sure that our core brands, the brands that have our names on the building, are also, fully represented.
So for people who are watching either Chocolate as a brand or Bissingers as a brand, so that would be retailers, people who are looking to sell products, just people who are chocolate fans and freaks like I am, what do they kind of expect for 2020? What things are you excited about? I mean, obviously you're excited about telling the story. You're launching some new products there. What else should we be looking for and be excited about coming from both companies?
It's interesting because now we have, two chocolate bar brands under one roof. And we want to be very careful because our innovation channel hits the United States. I mean, we go across we're in all 50 states. We were making over 1 million chocolate bars before Bissingers came on board, and Bissingers makes, I would say, almost as many or as many. We'll have to see how it goes, but we think it's going to be as many chocolate bars as we make. So we are going to be a big influence in the chocolate bar market combined. And so we want to make sure that we really don't let our secrets come out before we launch them. So I am sorry, but 2020 is still under lock and key.
All right. Well, I like that actually. It creates a little teaser. So for people who want to stay abreast of what's happening, they want to buy delicious chocolates that are now available for pre-sale for the holidays, they can go to your website, and we will include chocolate and Bissingers website in the show notes, so people can just click and buy direct. And obviously I'm going to recommend this gorgeous box. It's going to have signature flavors inside. How many flavors?
It is. So it's 18 pieces, and every single piece was specifically chosen for a reason. There's a story behind every one. The famous toffee, they do a piece called Mac and Caramel. It's a macadamia caramel. They have a piece called a Bear Claw, which is a pecan caramel. But the Bear Claw has gotten us celebrity endorsements of the year. Lauren Bacall, who always claimed to be the unofficial spokesperson for Bissingers, that was her favorite piece. And so even when she passed away, is written that, the Bissingers Bear Claws were her favorite piece ever. So there's so many incredible pieces in there chosen. And so we actually made the inside of the box fit the pieces and not the other way around. So we actually laid out all the pieces, and then we had a tray made to fit them. So, the Bissingers famous cream mince, the signature B in the center. I can go on and on, but every single piece, every single confection, there's a reason for that to be in there. And so since I've only been, familiar with the company and, with the company for 100 days or, about almost 4 months, I actually went to the former owner who I work with. I went to some of the packing department team, the customer service team that has been here 10 to 20 years. We sat down and did all this together. So it was a very large collaboration.
Well, it's going to be a sweet one too. I can't wait to eat everything. I just appreciate you taking time to share all these things. We're going to be sharing how people can buy this in the links below. And thanks so much, Dan, for your time. And I'm sure people will be following you on LinkedIn as well. Put your link there in case they want to see what else is coming as it gets launched.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.